So on Friday, well, let's back up. We received information from a veterinarian in Toledo about some dogs that he had brought there to be looked at. My understanding is the veterinarian offered some assistance. He said, no, I've got it under control, took them back home. That veterinarian then made a call to the Humane Society, who then the Humane Society contacted the humane agent who is employed by the sheriff's office. So with that, then they contacted Katie and myself about what we had. So we started talking about getting a search warrant. Now, the sheriff's department was familiar with him from previous interactions with him last year. And so they knew kind of what they were getting into, but not to this extent. So a search warrant was signed. We executed that on Friday.
Between the report from the vet and Friday, I guess what was the length of time between there?
The officer prepared the search warrant on Thursday, and we had the search warrant signed by Judge Schuler on Friday.
So
it was quick. Yes, because of the fact based on the veterinarian's report, we knew that the condition of those couple animals were serious, and so we wanted to try and get in there before anything happened.
I was just out speaking to neighbors who said they've been complaining about this guy for some time. I know in Napoleon Municipal Court, there's complaints against him going back to the 90s. Why now? Why did it take so long?
Some of those complaints that were made, when they make a complaint to a humane agent or the dog warden, they ask you to sign off on that complaint. There were some who did not want to do that because they were concerned for their well-being. And so without that, it's difficult for the dog warden and the Humane Society to go forward with anything. And like I said, last year he was given an opportunity to change things, make things better, and obviously he did not.
And then, what's the status of the animals right now?
So the animals there are some still at the Humane Society here in Henry County, but most of them have been taken by rescue organizations. I believe there may be a couple that another Humane Society took, and Humane Toledo took the puppies because they needed special treatment, they needed to be quarantined, and our facility obviously does not have the capability of doing that.
Can you give us an idea what type of animals, what type of dogs they were?
They were all Dobermans, all of them, all 80.
Age range, any idea?
Puppies are 15 puppies.
4 weeks to 10
Yeah.
years old.
We had 3 litters of puppies and then several grown adults, male and female.
But they're all staying in the area to hopefully be adopted out?
That is our hope, yes.
Have you seen anything like this in terms of animal cruelty?
No, not to this extent. I mean, the conditions were deplorable. The animals, there were some that were running around, and those seemed to be the dogs that were probably in better health. There were dogs inside in cages. It was just deplorable.
What type of charges are we looking at here?
Currently, he's charged with 5 counts of cruelty to animals, all of them felonies of the 5th degree. However, again, once we put all the reports together, we view the evidence that we have, and we talk to the officers more in detail, I assume there'll be more charges coming.
Is he still in custody or did he bond out?
He is. We went this morning for the arraignment, and the judge said $100,000 bond, no 10%.
I'm sure you're going to need some help from the community with these animals. What's your plea to the community?
So our plea to the community on behalf of the Humane Society is any type of donation, whether it's food, monetary, help with the dogs that are still there, whatever people feel comfortable doing. But it's difficult for the Humane Society here in town to all of a sudden be in charge of 80 dogs and to figure out the veterinarian bills, to figure out food, to figure out how can we manage these. So it's a lot on a smaller Humane Society. And so any type of donation would be certainly appreciated.
Good, you good? Anything else you want to say or add that we might have missed?
Did I miss anything? No. Nope.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you both.